Chapter number 9, part 2 in some books, chapter number 11, which is about valuation and control. Second part, we will cover the following slides. Okay, my dear students. So, responsibility centers. Most of the companies and the organization, they divided their companies into the different centers. Why they are divided into the different centers? For their effective performance appraisal and the effective management. Basically, there are the four major types of responsibility centers: cost centers, revenue centers, profit center, and investment center. Suppose a cost center is a responsibility center in which manager is held responsible for controlling cost inputs. Same goes with the revenue center, same goes with the profit center and investment center. Investment center, the manager is responsible for the investments. Okay. So basically, furthermore, responsibility center used to isolate a unit of the company or the organization. So it can be evaluated separately from the rest of the corporations. Like strategic business units, one of the units, okay, has its own budgets and it's evaluated on its use of budget in respect of the universities. In UUM, we have a different schools, right? So every school have their own budgets and their own management bodies and their own evaluation systems. So easy to measure their performance, easy to control the small unit. I mean, so that's why they divided in the centers, different departments, headed by the manager responsible for the center performance. Okay, and furthermore, you also can see some books represented these types and some of these four. These are the five: standard cost center, revenue center, expense center, profit center, investment center. Here are the five. Okay, but at the same main responsibility divided in the sub centers, and why we divided in the centers, because for their better performance and the better evaluation as well, and the better tackling by the managers. Anyway, the further one, the benchmarking. Yeah, this is the famous one. This is the famous one. Everybody, working on this strategy. What is the benchmarking? Okay, I have question from you, group number 11. Who is the basically my company are comparing the performance with the competitors who is the good in the business, or with those who are the leader in the market. Okay, I have question with the group number 11. Who is the market leader in the mobile companies? Very famous, by the way, very famous. Very easy question. Who is the market leader in the mobile industry? Apple, one of the example, Apple has the more, I think, more share in the mobile industry, right? More share in the market of mobile industry. Like might be the second one is the Samsung, and third one the Huawei. Might be you can conduct the research on it. Can see the exact figures from the Google's and maybe and other relevant websites. Got it. Okay, one more questions. In Malaysia, who is the market leader in automobile industry, car industry? Simple one. Kereta. Proton, yeah. Maybe Proton has a more market share in Malaysia. It's a good answer, by the way. Good. How about the Perodua?
Dr. Petrodua also the market leader in our local automobile industry.
Might be the second one is the Perodua. I heard every fifth car is Proton car in Malaysia. Every fifth car is the Proton car, right? Anyway, so main thing is the comparing the performance with competitors or the who is the market leader in the industry. Okay, Furthermore, some of the steps for your ma'am, for you, for the information, identify the area of the process to be examined. Okay, which area and which company you are examining, which industry you are going to examine the performance with your competitor. Find behavior and the output measure. Select accessible set of competitor of the best practice. Yeah, which competitors is practicing or maybe performing well in their industry, or which practices they are following, they are implementing, we are watching or we are looking them, and calculate the difference among company performance measurement and the competitor. I mean, my company and my competitor company, we have to see the gap, how much gap we have, or how we far from that company. We also, we also conducting survey in context of countries. Lower income countries comparing their performance with the developed countries. Okay, we are maybe 20 years far from the developed country, or maybe 10 years far from the developed country. Then how we can improve, how we can meet, how we can compete. See, we also, even the we people also, comparing our performance with the developed country peoples, and we also following their fashions, following their trends, understand, and we also following their living style. Oh, their living style is more good, we have to follow that one. Or we also want to improve our living style, right? Anyway, develop tactical program for closing performance gap. Yeah, we must have a strategy to fill the gap which we have in between my company and between the competitors. Implement a program and compare the result. And this is only for your information. The main themes I already convey you about what is a benchmarking. Okay, everybody, even local, even large company, most of easy to evaluate, are following this kind of strategy, by the way. Anyway, further one, this is the demand of today world. Strategic information system. We cannot progress our business without the use of ICT, information communication technology. Can we progress our business without information system? Cannot. Even this is the biggest example. I'm giving you a lecture through ICT, use of computer, use of technology. Understand? Okay. So one of the system is the ERP. Different company are providing. One of the companies, SAP. SAP is a German company. I work in the, because by profession I'm an engineer. I work in the different, industry, manufacturing companies as well. I work in the Honda. I saw there they are using ERP systems. Okay, what is the ERP systems? Everybody can access that system and can get the information. Suppose this mouse inventory, they have just put, might be one of customer came and bought this one, and the system will be automatically, even my CEO can see, okay, this is the inventory. Maybe before mouse were 100, now is 99 because one is sold. Home to sold, everything will become. So ERP interconnecting the whole activities, even purchasing, ordering, each and everything, even our strategies, we are entering and can giving us a useful information. Okay, this is the information. On this information, we can take a good decision. We can revise, and we can see our business is going to growth or maybe going to decline. Another thing is to maintaining a supply chain. RFID, radio frequency identification. These are maybe the different chips to paste on the mouse, or maybe transporting. We can see basically why we using a system, these all system, to avoid the theft, and maintain the actual inventory, and we can transport. Understand? And this system is particularly using for that one, RFID. Okay, anybody from the logistics school in my class? HTML. Anybody from HTML? No. Nobody from HTML? Can text maybe in the inbox? Why you people are very shy to give me answer? It's a very simple one. Okay, nobody might be, nobody. So that's why I'm not getting answer from your class. Anyway, the last one is the regional and the functional strategic information used to support, reinforce, or enlarge business level strategy throughout the decision support system. Yeah, business level strategy suppose one of the strategy cost leadership. We are using these two systems. See these two systems to evaluate to our business or implement our business level strategy. Can we decrease the our product price to achieve the cost leadership strategy? Okay, so we are using this one for purely for our business strategies. Even we are using for the business or function strategy same. Okay, this is the just here we are only discussing the use of information system, how we can use and how we can improve the our existing strategy and how we can get maximum benefit. Okay, paham? Okay, the other slide is which is about the some of the problem in the migrating performance. Number one is lack of quantifiable project objectives or performance standards. We cannot maintain a standard. We cannot quantify the objective. We must quantify objective. Okay, maybe in percentage, in the numbers. Okay, these two objectives we have to must achieve at 50%, 60%, right? If we don't have, we cannot measure the performance. Quantify, convert in the number, then we can see, okay, this number we achieve, and this number we left, we have to achieve next time, or we have to minimize the gap. Okay, the second one is inability use of information system to provide timely in the variable. Yeah, we are not using effectively information systems. So that's why we don't have so much information, because we must give the information to all employees. They must know about each and everything. We are going to ahead or going to growth, or we are going to decline. What should we do? Rather going for the personal interest, we should go for the shareholder interest. Understand? For our company profit, company interest. This is one of the second issue, lack of information. We are not using basically advanced technology to acquire and maintain and disseminate the information among the whole employees, not only for the management as well as for the lower employee as well. Okay, another one is the short-term orientation. Another thing, basically most of companies just targeting on the short-term orientation rather for the long-term orientation. But this slide is motivating. Please focus on long-term objective as well, rather for today. Don't think only for today. You should think about tomorrow. We are on today, but we should prepare for the tomorrow as well. So I'm also suggesting you, my dear student, please don't keep my slides in your laptop, and you will prepare at the maybe last night of the exam. I know you will prepare these slides maybe last night, before last night of exam, right? Am I right? Or might be I can be wrong. Which one? Which option you want to choose? First option or the second option? Okay, because I was also student. I'm still student, by the way. Long-term evaluation may not be conducted because executives, okay, basically don't realize their performance. How? Because they're not evaluating their performance. Believe that short-term consideration are more important than long-term considerations. Number two, they are not personally evaluated long-term basis. Okay. The third, don't have the time. Basically, the first and the second one, the totally lame excuses. Totally lame excuses. Then fire the manager. Fire the manager if they don't realize their performance and they don't have a time. Then why they getting salary from us if they don't have time for our company? Like me, I'm employee of UUM. If I don't have time for my UUM, for my job, then why UUM give me a salary? If I don't have time to deliver a lecture, effective and a good lecture to my students, so it's mean my goal is the different. These are lame excuses, by the way. So should not go for only short term, should go for short term and for the long term as well together. Anyway, another thing is that goal displacement. Very important topic, this one, please focus on it. Basically, what is the goal of, and I'm also suggesting you, please refer to your book as well for more information, for more detail as well. Here, who can read this one? Can anybody read these whole slides?
Goal displacement. Goal displacement is a situation in which the original goals of the organization are superseded by the
Superseded. Yeah,
superseded.
superseded.
All right, superseded by the new goals which are developed during the course of time. Goal displacement can happen because of many reasons and at many levels, with the only objective of ensuring the growth and prosperity of the company. If the individual goals conflict with the organization goals, then goal displacement happens at personal level, giving more importance to the means by which the goals are achieved than the end result may displace the goals. And also if the long-term goals are substituted by the short-term goals, or if the original goals of the organization are uncertain or abstract, goal displacement takes place. Examples, in some of the government school, performance of teachers may be decided on the basis of attendance and punctuality. And gradually, this becomes the key criteria for performance measurement than the way of teaching and result.
Okay, so main focus, just remember these two words also. What they are attended, they are not going for it. Simple. What they plan, they are not going for it. Suppose I have planned to going to produce 100 pieces of this mouse, but they are not going to produce 100 pieces. Or might be they have their own other goals. So this is goal, maybe diversion of goal. It's called goal displacement. This is divided in further two types. Further two types. Suppose here, number one, might be you can read the whole theory, but I'm giving you the main point of the behavior substitution. Suppose I'm giving reward to my employees to produce 100 pieces of mouse. Then I have to evaluate, are they producing 100 pieces after the reward? What I'm giving them and what they are giving me. There is change in their behavior or not? Okay, there is change in their behavior or they don't. Suppose one of the example is, let me discuss from here the book. Yeah, a classic example of behavior substitute happened a few years ago, and Sears, what Sears management thought it could be improve employee productivity by tying performers to rewards. Basically, they're giving them a reward for their higher performance. Okay, might be if we can give them reward, their performance will be high. But it therefore paid commission to be its auto shop employees as a percentage of each repair bill. Okay, they set a commission on their repair bill. On their repair bill. Okay, how many pieces they repair? They will get reward against to number of repair bills. Okay, it's settled. But what happened? So auto employees are the percentage. Okay, behavior substitute resulted at employees altered their behavior to fit the reward system. They just go for the reward and they're giving them the bills only, but not they're giving the repair the products. Understand? They change their behavior. Only go for the reward. But why company giving them a reward? Because they can repair maximum part, but they're not repairing a product, but they just giving them a bill, repair bill, and getting the reward, getting the commission. If Even they are repair the product, but not in the good quality. This is the substitute behavior. That their behavior is changed due to the reward. Understand? Another one is the sub-optimizations. Anybody can read this one, please? The last, this one. Sub-optimization occur when different subunits. Who will read? Please read this one. Yeah.
Sub-optimization occurs when different subunits each attempt to reach a solution that is optimal for that unit, but that may not be optimal for the organization as a whole. Sub-optimization can also arise from a focus on optimizing a unit of a business rather than the result of the entire business. For example, the quality control department of a factory may want to introduce a program that will guarantee that every part that is produced is perfect. However, the higher cost and the resulting high price would lead to a disaster for the overall company in the form of lower sales. A company's controller locked down the office supplies cabinet in order to eliminate the thief of supplies. However, it takes so long for employees to have the cabinet unlocked whenever they need supplies that the overall effect on the firm that is that employee resources was being wasted, even though the office supplies expense declined.
Yeah, basically, this is the last example is a very good example to explain the sub-optimizations. But I'm also giving you another example as well. Another example, the very simple example, common example of the sub-optimization occurs when a marketing department approves any early shipment overtime production for that one order. Production costs are raised, which reduce the manufacturing department overall efficiency. The end result might be that although marketing achieved its sales goal, the corporation as a whole failed to achieve its expected profitability. Another explanation is basically their main objective is, the main goal is to produce the 100 pieces, 200 pieces of mouse, but eventually they get another order. Okay, we have to give them, maybe we have to give them the 150 mouses. They just focus on 150. They focus on quantity, but they forget about the quality, reputation of the company. Understand? Though maybe they meet their target 100%, but they compromise with the quality, and that quality might be affect our company in the long term. This is the sub-optimizations. See, in terms of company control locks down the office supplies cabinet. Yeah, it's okay to prevent the goods from the theft, but we are taking so much time. Might be we can get delay to provide, to supply the order to the customer. Then might be our reputation will be affected, right? Or might be we're also investing so much, but how to cost, we are bearing so much cost, or might be also per unit cost will be increased, right? You are the accounting student, you have a more understanding about it, we must calculate the whole cost when we are going to give a per unit cost, right? Anyway, guideline for the proper control, some of the guideline. So control should involve only the minimum amount of information needed to give a reliable picture of the event. I mean, they according to this point, should have a control at minimum level. Should not have a too many controls, by the way. Also will be a headache. Number two, control should monitor only meaningful activities. Yeah, the concern and the relevant activity rather going for the whole activities. Number three, control should be the timely. Yeah, if your evaluation is due in the 3 months, you must go for within the 3 months, rather delay for the 6 months. Understand? Long term and short term should go for the both. Don't go for only one, maybe long term and the short term. No, go for the both. Emphasize the reward. Yeah, reward is important, but should give to the relevant person who performing well. Just kept the, okay, further detail. We can find more detail on the further slides. See, strategic incentive management. Approaches to strategic incentive management. Number one is the weighted factor method. strategic business units. Just compare, we have a different strategic business units, and when we compare the one strategic business unit performance with another one, okay, which is the good, just give them reward. See here, this is also can evaluate their performance. We can we can put the business unit 1 here, 2, 3, which business unit is the star, which business unit is the cash flow, which business unit is a question mark, and which is the dog. Okay, star, definitely go for the reward, I think. See here, you might be can understand this one very well. Here, okay, business stand to the competitive position. Number one criteria, and the other one is the industry attractiveness. Suppose here, star, all criteria are good. Return on investment good, cash flow good, strategic fund good, market share is a good. That's what they are star. How about the cash flow? Okay, the decreasing net, but cash flow is okay. Just taking of the money, just taking of the money. They are not going for growth and further development, because see the decreasing as compared to star. But cash flow, they have a more cash flow. Just they're using their cash, eating. How about the dogs? Oh, even competitive position is low and the industry attractiveness is low. Return on investment 50%, cash flow 50%, but strategic fund and market share is 0, because they are going to die. They are going to die soon. Will be closed. But how about this one? Question mark. This is a new business. Yeah, still they don't have a return on investment. Cash flow is 0 because they are a new. They have a potential. Okay, they can put more effort. Maybe after few years they will have a good. Might be they can shift themselves to star, or might be can be a cash cow as well. Anyway, the second one, the long-term evaluation method. Long-term evaluation just give them to manager to the executive 5-year plan, and then evaluate how they increase the share price. If they are they have increased the share price, then give them a reward. Simple is that. And the strategic funds methods. This one, okay, this one particularly, the evaluation of the management is not evaluating on the basis of return on investment. They are evaluating on the basis of market growth. Did we grow? Did they develop their business? If they develop, if their business is in the growth trend, just give them reward. Okay, for the theory, you can read this one. The main concept I already deliver you. The last slide is effective means. Yeah, they said should go for the 3. See, effective means to achieve the result is through a reward system that combines all 3 approaches. Which 3 approaches? Just we covered. First approach is here, weighted factor method. Give the weights, give the numbers to all SBU, then compare the performance. Here, the long-term evaluation method, and the third one is the strategic fund method. How? Number 1, segregate or separate strategic funds from short-term funds. Okay, just separate it. Number 2, develop a weighted factor chart for each business. Then we can identify the marks now. Then we can give the performance marks to each SBU. Then compare the all with each other. Manufacturing performance based on pre-tax profit, strategic fund approach, weighted factor, long-term evaluation of the strategic business unit. Okay, just main theme is combine the all. Should not go for the all. Should go for the all three approaches. Okay, that's all for today's lecture. There is any question, you may ask me, my dear student. Thank you very much for